Good morning. How are you doing, guys? Right, so at the time of this recording, it's the day after the solar eclipse in Scorpio. So how did you do? Okay, I'm going to record this, so hence I'm going to go over a little bit, and I think what we'll do. Where do I start with? Popping that on there. Anyway, my studying books. You'll have to excuse my studying books in the video. If you'd like to start by being seated, I'm going to pop this over there so you can see my whole body. I hope the sound is okay. Let's turn that right up. Okay. Hello, Summer. Beautiful girl. So let's start. Nice. Shoulders back. Just feel into the body. All right. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's tune into our body. Lift the hands up over the head. Breathing in and then exhaling slowly down. Stretch out the meridians and the arms as we do so. And tuning in to the rhythm of our breath. Waking the body up if you're doing this live with me. It's early morning. Stretching up, round, out, down, opening up our energy field. This time when you get to level with your chest, turn the palm space in. I'm going to bring that into the heart. Take the breath with you and then exhale out. Bring energy, fresh chi to the heart, and then open and release. Open heart and contract in. Heart breathe, heart breath. Sun. My beautiful sun, I think again. Oh, she's at the same time, so we're filling up the lungs and expanding out. Bring that in and down and do some lung breathing. So we come up and tuck that down, stretching out the lower back and the lower spine. And then again up and opening up the hands when we're up and down. Stretching at the back, pushing the shoulder blades together when we're up. Please excuse my lively pussy cat. She wants food and attention. From here, push one hand up to the side, bring the other one down, and just lean to the side, stretching over, stretching out this side. Hold that position and feel the stretch. And then lifting and swapping the arms. We're doing heaven and earth as well at the same time. So energy reaching down to the ground. And stretching up, opening out the hands. From here, you can take both hands, and when we're seated, so you look behind you and stretch and twist. Any of the twisting motions that we do in Qigong helps to massage the internal organs. Slowly swooping round and up the other side. Be careful of your neck. Be very gentle with yourself as we're just warming up. And then bringing them down. This time, lift the hands up. Look up. Get used to doing this standing. So when we're doing this seated, breathings, take the hips slightly or your knees slightly apart, because then we can bend over as we come down. And obviously, if you have any lower back problems, you could just stay here. You come down to the actual floor and push with your shoulders, the knees apart. So you're getting a little stretch here. And just taking the head down. So we're in like a frog pose, you say, I think, in yoga. But the bottom is supported by the chair. Your neck come down and stretching out. And then slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up, flipping those hands up, facing up to the sun. And we go the other way. Do that a few more times. Whilst we're here, take hold of the ankles and stretch out. Again, effortless power. Any pain, then you stop, you go to wherever you can go. Bringing your hands up from here. You can dip the shoulder and twist to get deeper on either side. So the hand goes to opposite knee. And we dip the shoulder. From here we come standing. Slowly stretch your legs as you come up. Hands and arms all the way up. And then come down to the side, bending the knees as they flow down. And up. Feeling the breath. Flowing down. This time, step in. So your feet are together. And I will sit down, but do this standing. Lifting up the arms. Bring the thumb and the forefingers together, so you're creating a triangle at the top of your head. And this is where we can bring our visualization in, if you wish. So bringing light from central column, love, wisdom, will, coming down the central column to lower the hands, keeping the fingers together. And then flipping that down. So the masculine connected with the feminine. And staying here for a moment. Just think about the energy flowing down through the top of the head, down the central column. And then let's go back, step out slightly, so you're into a Wuji pose. Bend the knees just a tad, tip the pelvis forward, and then bring the hands up, back into the lung breathing, and down, up, and and down. So pulling the fist into the stomach, bringing that energy in, still keeping that visualization of the flowing from your central column of energy, and opening, expanding in within your own field. Hands come down by the side. Start to roll the shoulders. One and the other. Bringing the hands up and then down. Flow with your body. So we're literally rippling, a gentle ripple through the body. Just 5 minutes of Qigong, the movement and moving all out is meant to help with our immune system. So, I mean, there's certain positions and certain acupressure points that we use in Qigong that stimulate like the lung, the large intestines, the stomach meridian for all of your immune system, especially if you are recovering, which I'm going to add in today, whereas it's that season in the autumn, and I've been studying them. I want to share them with you. But we move, and moving in itself helps flush our lymphatic system. So from here, next time we go up, lift the hands over the head. The wrists are floppy, so the hands are kind of just loose, and gently start to bounce. So I'm sure most of you are aware, because it's common sense, I guess it makes sense, that if we lead a very sedentary life, then energy is going to be, think of it like water, it needs to flow, it needs movement to shift. And what happens to water when it's stagnant? It starts to go all like green, you get smelly stagnant water, it's not very nice. And that's what happens in our bodies, we are water. So by keeping movement, even if it's just simple basic movements like this, shaking really good, helps to reset our nervous system, rebalancing those systems, and kind of like waking it up, like in a fish tank, keeping the airflow going. So bringing the hands down and keep that shaking going. I think it's 50%, I'm not sure on the actual number, the correct number, but the cells underneath our, just under our skin, they, what the ancients referred to as Wei Qi. It's our defense energy, and they found under the microscope that that's where a lot of these are, just under the skin, the cells, when you look through, are there. So we want to bring them to the surface when we do any of the slapping and tapping. It's why I say it helps with regeneration of new cell growth. So confirmed that with the science. And then just come to stillness with the breath. Feel the tingling where we've woken the body up. We're going to move the ankles and the wrist. There are a couple of ones in today that we haven't done for a while. We're going to, if you can balance, you can do this seated if you like. Bring your leg up. Yes. And then you want to hold the same leg as hand. This one comes through if you can, and gently bend. So it helps, rather than looking at me, just look at a fixed point and just hold. We're feeling that stretch in the thigh, and come up and go down again, and then feel that stretch. Excuse my neighbours for sleeping. And place that down and stretch. We'll do the other one when we're seated. So bring that opposite leg up, cross those arms. We're When we do things with the crossing, we're working with our bilateral crossovers, the flow in the body, making sure it's balanced. So if we have a sedentary life, so we're at a computer more, which generally a lot of us do, and we don't exercise that much, we can get stuck in these patterns, which is more of a pattern of rest, which is fine, not all the time. Let's do that one more time. I was chatting, sorry. So you want to lift it up and then bend down, deepen into the stretch. Come up and down. Okay, coming down, shake that out. Open up. Yeah, we're going to work a little bit more. I can really feel that. That's where I had a fall a few years ago, still stretching out that. Anyway, from here, bring the hands up to the lower dantian. Start to move side to side. Hands come out. Not the feet move slightly outwards as well into what we call a Wuchi pose. For the purposes of the video and anyone watching later. Again, we're working with internal muscles, massaging them, working out to the lower intestines included. And visualize Archimedes screw with your spinal fluid going up, and bring your hand up and start to just smack the back of the shoulder. Can you see where I'm touching? Just beside my neck. There we go. The line's coughing here. Maybe there's something to clear. Coming to stationary and just, you've still got a bit of movement going on, but just gently knocking the top and our lung K1 point. Taking that into some tapping. Can you see what that's? It's further back, further forward on. So gently knocking. Can you see where I'm knocking? There we go. I'll sit down for you so that you can see, for those that aren't used to working with this spot. So you might feel a little bit tender here where we're tapping, and you're thinking, oh, but this tender point here is one you want to stimulate for lung health. So again, any of the lung points are great for if you suffer with asthma, if you're recovering from COVID, if you've had a cold or a flu of any sort. These are great for clearing, great for building immunity, coming into what we call. So if you feel the little knobbly bits on your chest, come down about 2 centimetres diagonally. There's another 2 points here. Again, they may feel a little bit tender. And then I want you to move your wrist, so you're literally just gently back and forth. But really be gentle. Obviously, if you're recovering, you would do this. You can just do it tapping with your fingers. If you're sitting in bed, you can do this, as I say, seated. If you're struggling or if you have any lower back problems, gently release, and then bring that over to that point. It doesn't matter if you do right or left first, as long as you do both and even that out. Doesn't matter if you're not exact, because we're not putting needles in that you would in acupuncture. we're coming down now to the thymus, so just on the chest, and then gently tap the thymus, or the high heart. In the spirituality, we talk about fluttering happening there when you're waking up. Now just gently. I'm going to come back standing, obviously you can see me, you know which. Taking that gentle tapping, taking that around the side with your hands, just gently cupping under the arm so your fingers go into here, and gently slapping here, all around this lung point, these lung areas, over the top. Again. And then come down to the waist and just slap up. Once, twice, thrice. And again. And the opposite side. Shake that out and just go where we were slapping when we were doing our rotation. Take that arm out that you're slapping, it doesn't matter which side. Come down the inside of the arm and up. So this is building our Wei Qi, our protective Qi, our immune or first response energy. Going across and down the upper shoulder, and then subsequently down the arm. You're also strengthening as you're holding those muscles up, and really releasing that out. We are going to go into a holding pose. Zanzu is another pose that it helps with strengthening. So if you stand in your posture, correct, start to feel your feet, bend the knees slightly, coming up, pelvis tipped forward, hands to begin with are just by our sides, shoulders are down, relaxed, although this pose isn't as relaxing because you are in a strengthening holding pose, you still want the shoulders to be relaxed. So you are lifting the arms up in front of you as if you're hugging a tree. The fingers are separate, so all the meridians are open, and you literally just breathe. Breathing in, breathing out. Taking that inward, you can hold this if you wanted to pause the video and extend your practice later on. If you're redoing this, you can hold this for a further 5 minutes. But for our times, we're going to bring it up to the heart, just in front, not touching. Hold the hands out in front of you. There's air underneath the elbows. Lift the hands so you turn them facing palms forward, lifting them up over the head and coming back down, facing them down, bending the knees, and then you move up. Working with the energy of the central column. Allowing the this time staying up and just bringing them down beside you, resetting, going back up. This time keep them up, take them to face one another, and as if you've got two little talking hands, step your heels together, and so you can bend them, and come up onto the tippy toes and just gently shake up and down, right to left. So one shoulder goes up, the other shoulder goes down, and going alternative. You can't really see me, can you? So I'm not sure why that's been, because like the statue moved forward, it was exactly the same spot last night, and you can see me. Hang on, you need to see the whole of me. Maybe it was where it was tipped back a bit more. You can see me a little bit better. And placing the feet back down. One more time. And release down, moving into our more autumn poses. We're going to take one side out, one arm out. We're going to lean into that. Take the hand down. The other one comes around, follows the hand, goes all the way down there. You can just stay here, or if you are able to, you can go down to the ankle, coming up, following the shoulder line, lifting up, or just staying here as we hold the breath, and then exhaling down. Take the breath with you this time. Inhale, hold, lift in the hold, and exhale down. Inhale, deeper, hold for longer, and exhale for longer. Work not with my breath, but with your own breath. Coming up to the shoulder, stepping in, bringing that hand down as you exhale, and coming to the opposite side. This time the hand comes down, other arm goes round, all the way down. As you come up, breathe in, hold, exhale down. We are tracing the meridians, opening up the shoulders, the lungs, in deep into the side of those lungs. This time coming up to the opposite shoulder, stepping in and down. Take that out, we're going to reset, taking the hands up, taking the hands down. Be careful of your posture, or mindful of your posture. Right, this same leg, arm comes out, opposite arm comes round, like a bow and arrow, pulls back, pushes forward, and both hands and feet come in. Do the same on the opposite side. And then down. Think about your intention. We just had the new moon for my regulars. You want to be working with your intention. Also, we had a solar eclipse. So the eclipse energy is like a 6-month. We will feel that either side. It will show us where we need to shift. It has a very new moon energy of its own. So it death and rebirth. The dark soil, the seeds in the soil. Releasing what are those intentions. When you do this pose, it's a good one to think about releasing. As you release the bow, the energy flows. You let go of that intention, allowing it to flow through the air direct to your focus. Bringing the hands down by the sides. Bringing one hand up, one knee up. Come forward. Bow forward. Keeping the flow. Leg forward. Alexa, can you turn off the alarm?
7 a.m. alarm stopped on Grace's Echo Dot.
Balance, poise, grace when you do this. As you learn this, feel the flow in your body, your neck elongated, a stretch behind the legs, balance your body from right to left brain. And coming to a step a week at a time. Okay. We're going to come to working with some little spots. Take your hands up so you bend. Come to, doesn't matter which side, and come forward. So this little point here where you've got creases, and we're going to gently massage. See, okay, yeah. This point here, it's 2 fingers. It doesn't matter if you're exact. This is for the large intestines. So, known as a fever reducing point, I'm just reading my notes, used for colds and influenza as preventative treatment and other immune compromising conditions. So this is to help. And then you want to swap. So the same on the other side. So you can do it just standing like this, but you to see where I am. So where the crease meets, you start to feel around and you'll start to feel you can circulate, or you can just gently press and release, whatever feels better for you. And you can do either side. You have your thumb. It's easier for me to just do both. Okay, there. And we'll move to one other hand. So where your hand is like a little V, right there in the fleshy part is another large intestine point that you can just massage. You can do this just sitting whenever you're out and you're aware, remember to do it. Because the large intestine is associated with our emotions. It's associated with sadness and grief, and we hold our emotions sort of in our stomach as well. And this can help build up immunity. It works paired with the lungs. So this is a lovely one. If you've got children and they're crying, they're upset, you gently just take their hand and gently rub to soothe, and yourself for some self-soothing if you're feeling emotional, to help release in the emotional body. You can do that for a minute or so. This one here, I'm going to just waken up, so you go to this point first and then swap sides. So the same movement, if you take your hand, your index finger along your wrist, where your index finger reaches, that point there is also for the lungs. So great to massage this time of year. Relieves the sympathetic nervous system. Symptoms of cough, sore throat. So if you're starting to come down with a cold, this is a good one to do. And any for headaches that are caused by the external. So, you know, like sometimes fumes might start to give you a headache, that type of thing. Exogens, they call it, is the word that I've got written that I would not have remembered if I hadn't got my notes here. Toothache, asthma. And then coming again, so index finger comes along. It's just past, about 2 centimetres past on the side here. But it'll be where your index finger meets. And this is one of the lung points. Give those a good massage. So again, the other ones that we've been through before, gently press and release in the centre of the hand. I'm not going to spend too long on those today. Backs of the hands together. That's a bit overdoing it on sugar. This is meant to help with diabetes. Just shake. So I'm going to come up. I'll stay here so you can see me. You can go to seated if you wish. So we're going to first do one of the gallbladder, so with the stomach. Ankle and 4 fingers up, gently massaging here. Might be a bit tender. If you've had any digestive issues, this is a good one to do. And that whole line that comes up here and behind the knee, there's another point there, but the whole line down there, to gently just going back and forth, especially if you've been any detoxing. So maybe you're on a juicing diet, maybe you're on a diet of any kind, of like cutting stuff out is your intention. This is good to do to support that function, if that's part of your new moon intentions. And then I'm going to stay on the opposite side. So just behind, if you come from the knee and come on the outer, let me see where I am. Opposite side, just massaging. So this is on the outer leg, the other one is on the inner leg. And this is the stomach. So just and release. And do the opposite opposite leg as well. So starting with the gallbladder. Coming up. Massaging there. If it's tender, you want to spend a bit longer. Mine is, but for our time then coming round, I find it easy to come up. I'm doing on the outside. Feels. And get the knuckle in there. Whatever feels good. Just circulate, press and release. Okay. As I said, we'll come back to our one. So whilst you are seated, the benefits of that one draws energy into the body's internal reservoir. The C we refer to. It's a treatment point for energizing and boosting the immune system. So just like this one's great for boosting the immune system, this one on the outer leg as well, the stomach meridian, is great for the same thing. So now, bringing the legs up, gently rolling the toes. We've got time to do our breath work today, I think. Haven't done it for a while. And the big toe, the knuckle there, and just coming down, stroking. So the thumb starts just below the toe, and you roll your fingers. You can do too. I hope you can see me from there. Down the side of the foot and the big toe. Take your now into the centre of the big toe. Just work the pineal gland whilst we're there. Coming down from the little toe, go one toe in, and the finger part of the toe, the bit before the ball, the little round bit, you want to massage that bit for the shoulders. At the moment we've got pretty intense energy going on. That's one of the ascension symptoms, so it's a good one to add into your routine. Coming down in an L shape from the little toe, just flick round the stomach, the intestines, which we've worked, but just going over, so we're not going to spend too long. And then at the back of the heel, we're going to walk our fingers forward, working on the neutral points. Great if you are on a menstrual cycle, to work and spend some time around this area to help with blood flow and movements as well. Keep meaning to record you a video that's specifically for that. And shake, do the opposite side again, leg up. Rolling your toes through your fingers and thumb down the side of the big toe, in the centre of the big toe. And then you work slightly different muscles on each foot, but come down from the little toe and do the L shape. My long point. And again, walking the thumbs at the side of the heel. That is for now, that is for you. Well, he goes to it. Bringing that down. I'm going to grab the timer on here because it helps. Let's go can hear me. So if you want to lay down whilst we do this on a yoga mat, in arms by the side, you can do, or you can do this sitting up. If you have any issues at all with anxiety and burnout, for example, then just do breath in, breath out, and longer breaths, and don't do any of the holds. So while we're doing the holding the breath, just keep the breath flowing, and we'll use, I'm going to switch over it soon, but we'll stick to the sa, ta, na, ma, finger to thumb, 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 as we go through. So start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. She says coughing. So this helps increase the lung capacity. Again, great for our immune system. A rhythmic breath helps us to keep this out of fight or flight. So breathing in, breathing out. For our first round, just working with the breath and the hands down by the sides for the first 15 seconds. So breathing in, breathing out. Fully in, fully out. And then bring the shoulders in, breath, and down for out breath. When you've got a cold, of course, you'll have sound going on, but this is helping to clear that airwaves. Now I'm going to switch to one of the other points, but keep the breath in and out. And on the bridge of the nose, put 2 fingers on the nose. You can gently circle, but keep the breath flowing in fully, out fully. This will feel good if your sinuses are blocked. It helps clear. But keep that flow of breath in, flow of breath out. Fully in, fully out. Fully in. Okay, fully out. Fully in, fully out. And then release the fingers, breathe fully in through the nose and fully out. Now continue that in and out breath, or hold the breath for the next 30 seconds with sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. 15. And fully in and hold for 15. Continue the breathing if you're not holding. And release. Allow your breathing to return to normal for a second as we go to round 2. This time, bring the hands, one thumb on the shoulder, the other, and as you look to the right, breathe in. As you look to the left, breathe out, or the opposite way. 15 seconds, release the hands down. Focus your breath on the chest and the stomach, breathing in fully still. Feel the stomach in and out. So we tense the muscles when we're breathing in, releasing when we're breathing out. Fully in and exhaling fully out, continuing that breath or holding for 1 minute with sa, ta, na, ma. I will put my hand up at 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds. If you've got a cold, break it into 15-second holds. Because obviously, as I got reminded me that Tracy, you need to so if you have asthma like me. That's 1 minute, fully in and hold for 15. And release. At this time, we're going to work on our abdominal muscles. So you still keep that breath flowing in, flowing out, flowing in, flowing out. You're oxygenating your blood, oxygenating your lungs. Take your awareness to your stomach. And this time you can breathe out through the mouth. And when you breathe out, blow the air down to the stomach. And tense your stomach muscles on the out breath. Now you can either stay with that breath or you can go to a quick breath and so either there or only do the quick breath if you don't have any you don't feel lightheaded or you don't suffer with low blood pressure or, as I said, anxiety or burnout. They're all no-nos because it will be doing the opposite of what we want to do for you. Or you choose. Fully in. I keep that fully in, fully out, or can pinch the nose and hold for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Remembering to distract yourself with sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, giving monkey mind something to do. You're breathing and you're not holding. In your mind, you're saying, you can say it out loud. Satanama, Satanama, Satanama. Fifteen seconds to go. You need to breathe in, breathe fully in and hold for 30. 5. Fully in, hold for 15, or continue to hold. And release. Allow your breathing to return to normal. Bring your hand, extra. Bring one hand up to the chest, one to the stomach, and just easy breath. Relax the lids of the eyes down, the tongue behind the teeth. Just pause before we start the day. One hand comes up to the forehead, one hand goes behind. Feel the feet on the ground, connecting your feet, grounding you with your forehead, and just breathe and feel into this. Move the hands, shift them round to over the ears. Hands can come down into the lap, or you can take one finger into the centre of the forehead, the other into just below the belly button. And then hook up, lift those fingers just slightly. Swapping hands over, do the same again. Take one to the top of the head this time. The other back of the hand goes to the lower back. Connecting your door of life with your crown, your upper dantian with the lower dantian. Bringing your hands together over your heart into a prayer mudra, the thumbs tucked in to the chest. Press the hands together and feel the tension. Release the hands up in movement, but keep the tension. Up over, creating a pyramid over your head. May you always be open and receptive to higher perspective. Take a breath. Bring your hands to your forehead. May you see with clarity from that higher perspective. To your throat. Just hold here for a moment. Feel the thumbs on the Adam's apple. Just slightly feeling into your throat. May you speak words of love and compassion. Just stay here a little longer for this month. We need to reminder of this with all the astrology that's coming up, to remember not to speak with venom, to speak words of love, but not to repress any energy and anger. Bringing the hands down, linking that with the heart. The heart passion needs to be released, but not in venom. With love and compassionate, speak those words to yourself and others with love and compassion. Tipping the hands, facing them downwards, so we're linking the masculine and the feminine. Bring the hands into a triangle going down. We want to take inspired action, planting seeds for inspired action from the energy of the heart, drawn from the wisdom and clarity from higher perspective, to take loving actions. If you can put your thumbs into the groin and the fingers on the stomach, on the belly button, to be grounded and anchored. Just feel your feet and awareness of your toes. Imagine you've got roots grounding you down. Take the hands now to the knees, the right, the left, the gold, the silver, the masculine, the feminine. Feel the threads, the irregulars. Pick up those threads that we've spoken of before. If you haven't been with me before and you're viewing this for the first time, just imagine silver threads coming down into the ground, the feminine, the masculine, grounded and balanced in both, like a grounding cord for the energy of the electrical and the magnetic fields of Amritsar. And just stay in that pose if you wish, or you can take your hands to your hips into power pose, into Wonder Woman, feeling the body's emotional intelligence as we work with our affirmations. Allow the words to roll off to you. Note mentally of any resistance, to ask yourself why later. In this now moment, if there is any resistance, just say, I'm willing to learn in front, and maybe put the hand to the throat to confirm. I am a free spirit. I am imaginative. I am powerful. I am successful. I am authentic. I love authentic me. Little plug there. I am spiritual. I am love. I am inspiring. I inspire love. I am an alchemist. I am wealthy and generous. I have both time wealth and financial wealth, abundance of self, of awareness. I am creative. I am a pioneer. I am a visionary. I am flexible and passionate. I am intuitive and psychic, meaning you are in awareness of all your senses. I am inquisitive. I am the avatar of this body. I am, adding your own, that I am. I am worthy. I am worthy of success and abundance. I am worthy of love. I love myself entirely. I am able to provide for myself. I am responsible and disciplined. I am doing my best, and I am just showing up and being me, and that's enough. I am enough. I'm willing to believe I am enough. That's one for most people. I am allowed to make mistakes as long as I try. There are no mistakes. Everything is divine timing. Everything has lessons and growth. We do need to move on. We need to write the next one down. In the infinity of life where I am, let these words of Louise L. Hay and my little ad-libs wash over you. All is perfect, whole and complete. The past has no power over me because I'm willing to learn and to change, to shift, to allow. I see the past as necessary to bring me where I am today, to bring us where we are today. I am willing to be in where I am right now to clear the rooms of my mental, physical and emotional house, our collective emotional, physical and mental houses. I know it does not matter where I or we start, so I now begin with the smallest and easiest rooms, and in that way I will see results quickly. I'm thrilled to be in the middle of this adventure, for I know that I will never go through this particular experience ever again. I'm willing to set myself free. I am free. All is well in my world. Right. I'm just going to pull a card quickly for the video, and then I will do the audio after in the group. For time, I know, is running on, and this I will do separately. I'm just going to do one for today, and I'll do a separate eclipse one, so later today with the retreat I will be sharing. So what is it that we need to know in our now moment? Thank you for the guidance to my ancestors. Oh, okay. I said no card. You. Hold peace in your heart. Be grounded. And hold love in your heart. Even if what is in front of you isn't something that you are happy about, maybe it's a situation that you're finding hard to cope with emotionally, but whatever's showing up, whatever challenge is bringing up, and I always say the eclipse energy, it reminds me, I've learnt this from Elizabeth Hay, that it's like a closet that you've been shoving stuff into, that everything just falls out. So that's what it said. So whatever's fallen out for you at the moment, whatever's coming up now or in the next 6 months, try and hold love for the situation. Try and hold the frequency of love, because there is a learning to happen. So think of it as like as I say, the closet, and you see, well, actually a realization, there's too many clothes in this closet. I don't need all these things. These things aren't relevant to me in my life. Actually, I can live without them. Or actually don't really feel comfortable when I wear that dress. I'm not in that emotion, or that doesn't sit right with me when I'm feeling that emotion. I feel uncomfortable. It's not right for me. I'm going to change my wardrobe, so to speak, my patterns, my rhythms, my routines, seeing ourselves, looking in the mirror that's reflecting back, because this time I need to show the mirror that you see yourself in the new dress, and actually you made it, that's right back at the closet, that's something you pushed aside, forgotten about, you're bringing it out. So things that you loved but had forgotten, draw your attention to stuff that you may have not even done since you were a child, worn that piece of clothing, and it fits you now because you are a new you are wearing, and I'm not referring to, talking metaphorically, these new things, these new emotions. You feel lighter because you've cleared out, and the energy of what you're letting go of allows space for new things to come in. Now that could be a relationship, that could be physical items, which I'm personally working with, so hence the closet analogy is very true for me. But also when you look at objects, they all have an emotion, and not just objects but patterns and things that we do. They're not bad, and they're not, that's really horrible, we shouldn't have in our life, or that person's not right there. It's just that we sometimes grow out of them, they don't fit us anymore. We are evolving, we're shrinking, our waistline's different, our perspective is different, and we need to be comfortable in our own skin. And if that skin suit, so to speak, your body now, those patterns being like more like a snake that sheds that, that's not a bad thing. It's new growth, it's letting go of the skins, the patterns that aren't necessarily what we want for ourselves anymore, and that's okay. Just because we were going down one path doesn't mean that we need to continue down that same path, because there are gems of information along that road, along that lessons that we've learned. Sometimes people say, well, I've started, so I must finish. But if you've learned what you needed to from the start to finish, then it's still time to move to the next thing. There's no harm in allowing ourselves to see where we are and assess and reflect those times, but have love and compassion for that journey and for the process, and not just your process but others' processes too. It doesn't mean you allow others to walk all over you, but sorry, just, yeah, I've seen images, there's just send them an energetical hug if someone is being triggered and they're obviously not in realization of that. It doesn't mean that we're better than them, because there'll be times when we're in that process, or we might have been through that process, or just been through that process. Just allow the compassion, because there's them, and I know from the astrology, the Mars fire aspect and war ignited, and again what we're seeing, it might enlighten our heart and make us passionate because we feel so strongly about certain things. Just try and avoid that, try and avoid especially on social media. Just kind of, I don't know what's happening, but that tendency to kind of bicker, just let that go and come back to grounding, come back to heart, which is always the answer for anything and any situation. So I was like, that's no news. And remember, you are love, and we are all one in the same. And I'm going to end with that thought, that namaste. With everything that is, everyone might have difference of opinion. you may feel you want to share, and I'm not saying to stifle, but just be aware that things are on the surface for emotions. So don't shake it off. If you need to go, release the energy, go, and do some shaking, and then come back when you're in a heart frequency, so that you can connect your higher self with the communication and the heart, with these three, like in a pyramid. Then that's when you express. That's when you express with creativity, with sound, and all of those expressions will help through the next few months, but constructively. Anyway, my love, my blessing. I was like, oh, really? I want to pull a card. But he's going, well, I want to see what card we pulled. Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Higher perspective and eagle. Okay. Trust that what is happening and what is unfolding, even though it may not look like it if you are watching the 3D world, is going to be for the better. Blessings to you. I'm just going to stop the recording.